This is Augustana Sportscene, a weekly update on Viking athletics at South Dakota's largest private college. Enjoy the action and excitement of NCAA Division II athletics at Augustana. Augie Sports Update is brought to you by Schoenemann's.
Last Friday night, Coach Tom Billiter's Augustana men's basketball team picked up their 14th win of the season as they rolled over Northern State 73-60 in front of 3,513 fired-up fans at the Elman Center. The game seesawed back and forth in the first half. It ended up with Augustana holding a 27-22 lead. In the second half, the Vikings used a 23-0 run to build their margin to 56-33. The Wolves battled back, but Augustana was never in danger on their way to the 13-point victory. Cody Schilling led the way with 17 points, with freshman Al Richter coming off the bench to score 15, while Dre Murray added 11. Brennan Olson led the Vikings to a 33-26 rebound advantage as he grabbed 7 rebounds. Dre Murray also played a fine floor game as he dished out 8 assists. Then on Saturday night, Augustana played a near-perfect game as they shot past the University of Mary 89-66 before 3,003 fans at the Elman Center. The Vikings got out to a 46-31 halftime lead and upped that margin in the second half to grab the victory. Cameron McCaffrey scored 22 points, with Dre Murray adding 18 and Cody Schilling 16. Murray also had 6 assists and Cody Schilling tacked on 5. Augustana had a total of 17 assists and committed just 4 turnovers. The Vikings also out-rebounded the Marauders 33-29. Augustana has now won 5 of their last 6 games as they have improved their record to 15-8 overall and 12-7 in the NSIC. In women's basketball, Coach Dave Krause' team ran past Northern State 72-61 at the Elman Center. Alex Feeney's three-pointer just before halftime put the Vikings up 39-33 at the break. In the second half, strong team play allowed the Augustana ladies to claim their 18th win of the season. Faith Tinklenberg led the offensive attack with 15 points, while Shantiva Ashley tallied 14 and Alex Feeney 13. Tinklenberg also led the Vikings with 8 rebounds, while Molly Hayes passed out 8 assists. Then on Saturday, Augustana edged the University of Mary 77-72 in their final regular season home game. After trailing at halftime, the Vikings came back for the hard-fought win. Alex Feeney scored a career-high 29 points and hauled down 8 rebounds. Emily Schulte added 13 and Shantiva Ashley 10. Augustana is now 19-4 overall and 16-3 in the NSIC, heading into a matchup with league-leading Wayne State on Saturday in Wayne, Nebraska. In wrestling, Coach Jason Reitmeyer's number 5 ranked Vikings dropped a 24-12 match to number 3 ranked Upper Iowa in Fayette, Iowa. Winning for Augustana were Chisholm Fink at 141 pounds, Nate Herta at 149, Carl Sirk at 174, and Jade Docken at 184. And in softball, Coach Greta Melstead's team got their season started with a 4-1 victory over Western New Mexico at the Desert Stinger Classic in Las Vegas. That's our sports update for this week. When we come back, we'll talk Augustana men's basketball with Coach Tom Billiter. Stay with us.
Augustana Sportscene is brought to you by Sanford Health, improving the human condition. By Schoenemann's, your trusted building center since 1888. And by Mid-Continent Communications, part of your community.
The most difficult times require the right team. Where we fight disease, discover cures, and believe in the power of play. That's the art and science of healthcare. The things we do with children every day at Sanford Children's.
Cleaning hard water spots takes time and effort. Be sure your water softener is working properly. Your Culligan man can make sure any brand water softener is working by performing a 10-point inspection for only $19.95. That's Culligan. Better water, pure and simple.
Even the highest efficiency dishwasher can't remove spots from your glasses if you have hard water, but a Culligan High Efficiency water softener can. The Culligan High Efficiency saves you up to 46% in operating costs, and it makes your glasses look 100% beautiful.
When I was young, I loved helping my grandfather with projects. From building a birdhouse to odd jobs around the house, we always got our supplies from Schoenemann's. I remember the smell of the fresh cut lumber and all the bins full of nails, nuts, and bolts. Today, my projects are a bit bigger, and so is Schoenemann's selection. I rely on them for everything I need.
Schoenemann's in Sioux Falls and Harrisburg. Expert advice, everything you need.
You can always do it right with Schoenemann's.
With every click of a Life Touch camera, a school memory is captured. Education benefits. And children are safer. Life Touch school portraits. Great things come from great pictures.
Hi, I'm Chad Greenway of the Minnesota Vikings. I'm a big fan of how youth sports can help kids stay physically fit. But as an athlete and a parent, I'm also very concerned about safety. Millions of sports-related concussions happen every year, and many go unrecognized. That's alarming because the wrong treatment can slow recovery, worsen the condition, or lead to permanent damage. Please learn the facts about concussions and help protect our young athletes.
To learn more, visit sanfordhealth.org/heads-up.
The Augustana Men's Basketball Report is brought to you by Sanford Health.
Joining me now is Augustana men's basketball coach Tom Billiter. Well, Coach, fantastic weekend for the Vikings. Started out last night here at the Elman Center when the Vikings, before a great crowd of over 3,500, defeated Northern State. Let's talk about that one first.
You know, I think Northern's a very good team. They were really ready to play us. They brought a nice crowd too as well. It was a fun night, and you know, it's almost one of those games, Bill, where going into it, I was very nervous because I still think they have as good a front line as there is in the league. If you look at the statistics, they're first or second in rebounding, first or second in defensive field goal percentage, and second in offensive percentage. I mean, they're in the top of all these categories, and a team like that, you know, they come in here and they're hitting shots, they can beat you, and luckily, fortunately, we held them in check on the threes, and that was huge. And I thought we played well. I thought, and everybody, you know, the halftime score was 27-22, and I thought we played great. I just thought we left baskets on the floor, but I really thought our defensive intensity was great. I just thought we missed shots that I thought we could make, and obviously in the second half we made them.
Well, it was really good coaching as the Vikings went on a 23-0
Really good coaching when you're making like 6 threes.
So what do you think about that? It was just you played great defense.
Yeah, defense does that though, and you know, we today when we got our lead in the first half to 15, we had 10 out of 11 stops between the 10-minute and 4-minute mark, and we had 8 straight stops against Northern. And you know, Bill, we've lost 7 games in the last 30 seconds, and it has come down to defensive stops. And if we would have gotten them all, we'd have 1 or 2 losses. You know, I mean, that's where it is. And our guys watch film; they want to win. And I think maybe, you know, finally it's registering. But you know, we still can go in some defensive lapses, and that just can't happen. However, we're getting better at it. Offensively, we're fine, but you know, we need to just take one game at a time, and we need to take this dog and pony show on the road, and we need to figure out how to do some good work on the road as well.
Well, another noticeable impact for the Vikings on Friday night against Northern was Al Richter. What a great game off the bench, Coach.
Al's coming. You know, I keep telling people, defensively he's got to get better. He wants to. He was up, you know, had him in the office today watching defensive errors from last night. You know, he's sitting there and he wants to be good. And he's watching. He's got the body for it. He's got the, you know, he's got the mindset for it. And the thing about Al, he's a gamer. And some kids have it, you know, and he's just good in games. So don't want to talk about him too much. I seem to jinx my freshmen sometimes. So, you know, we sure don't want him to come back with the sophomore blues. We need him to continue to get better. But, you know, it's really helped us having him coming off the bench. And I like when he's in the game. Just things happen, good or bad, and usually good. Things happen.
Yeah, he had a super game. It was a great victory for the Vikings. Well, then tonight, and we're filming this right after the game here at the Elman Center. Tom, I mean, just in talking here to other folks, I've seen some great games over the years, but I mean, this was near a perfect basketball game if you could look at it. I mean, you look at the statistics here, 4 turnovers, 17 assists, I think. We out-rebounded them. We shot like 56%.
Played well.
I mean, what was in the water today for the Vikings?
Well. You know, and I think, you know, senior night, Cody Schilling, Derek DeZeo, Dre Murray. Dre's got his whole family here. I begged him to keep coming to every game because he just played really well with his family here. And then, you know, for Cody to go out with putting his tooth through his lip, and we were able to get him back in the end. But I thought there were times in the second half, especially where it was just an NBA game, neither team could stop the other. You know, we just went to Cody on those mini post-up kind of fades, and he just he's money down there. And so it's, as a coach, the one thing that's nice is to have a go-to play, a go-to person, and we're able to do that with him. And really, truly, they were playing great in the second half. Mary, they just were great, and Damon Smith is a load. He's a good player. And so, we were just had to outscore them because we weren't stopping them. Unfortunately, we were getting pretty good looks too.
Well, we talked about the defense. We have Cody on the show here, and he's talking about the importance of defense. But the other thing that was really noticeable tonight, Tom, was the way you moved the basketball. Guys were unselfish. They found the open man, and it was just fun to watch.
Yeah, it was fun. And we see it in practice, but it's always like, guys, when are we going to take this, onto the real floor? And it's coming. I mean, it really is. And Bill, we just have to take one game at a time and continue to do what we do. But this team needs to keep playing. We want to keep playing, and so we've just got to take care of business and let the chips fall where they may. But winning now with 5 of our last 6, and really our loss at Winona was a great game. We're playing better basketball. Now let's see if we take the next step on the road. It's going to be a big road trip for us next weekend, and we need to go down to a tough place, and Wayne always wants to beat us, and they'll play us very well, and it'll be a hard game. Yeah, well, Tom mentioned the Wayne game. It's going to be a tough one on Saturday down in Wayne, Nebraska, but the way the Vikings are going, I think we're feeling pretty good about our chances. I hope so. I'm sure Wayne's feeling good too. I think they beat Northern tonight, so it'll be a heck of a game. All right, Tom. Thanks, good luck to you and your team. Thank you.
The Augustana Women's Basketball Report with Coach Dave Krauth is next.
The Northern Sun Intercollegiate Conference. With 6-team national championships since 2006 and 18 individual national champions, the NSIC has developed into the premier Division II conference in the upper Midwest. The NSIC boasts 14 schools competing in 17 sports, all committed to one common goal: athletic and academic excellence. The Northern Sun Intercollegiate Conference, a proud member of NCAA Division II athletics.
My Audi was a tumor and it hurts in my head, and it's right here. I have 3 favorite colors: red, pink, and purple. I like to draw fairies, princesses, and clothes. I want to be, when I grow up, a clothes modeler. It models clothes. This is my victory.
You may have met one. The teachers who challenge. The ones who motivate. The ones who can fire imagination. The ones, in short, that you'll find at Augustana. Now, maybe you don't believe that one college could have so many great professors. If so, you're in for an education. Augustana.
When I was young, I loved helping my grandfather with projects. From building a birdhouse to odd jobs around the house, we always got our supplies from Schoenemann's. I remember the smell of the fresh cut lumber and all the bins full of nails, nuts, and bolts. Today, my projects are a bit bigger, and so is Schoenemann's selection. I rely on them for everything I need.
Schoenemann's in Sioux Falls and Harrisburg. Expert advice, everything you need.
You can always do it right with Schoenemann's.
Why do you play? Why go through all the pain, the endless practices? For the victories? For the joy of playing the game? Or do you play for something even greater? If you already know the answer, we're the network for you. Midco Sportsnet. This is how we do sports.
The Augustana Women's Basketball Report is brought to you by Mid-Continent Communications.
With me now is Augustana Women's Basketball coach Dave Krauth. Well, Dave, we're right after the game here at the Elman Center. The Vikings knocking off the University of Mary in a really hard-fought battle. But last night it started out with a great game against Northern State and a great victory for the Vikings.
Yeah, it was, the weekend was against a couple teams that we've, for some reason become so familiar with. Contrasting styles with Northern, because they'll run all sets and they want their game played in a quarter court, and we're trying to pressure them. And in the end, we made enough plays and I think bothered them. And I chuckle because I look at their point guards kind of looking over like, are they ever going to stop, And sometimes, we do bother people enough that it's even other mistakes. But we just made some plays when we needed to, and I thought, we struggled with some of their sets, but, got through it, and it was a big win.
Yeah, and, as Dave said, it was a game they got through 72-61. It was nice to see Faith Tinklenberg get back and score some points and get some boards.
Faith had a real solid game for us and struggled the weekend before. And, I thought it was important for her to kind of get herself on track and get some confidence. And she had some big shots for us. And, she's that kid that can go get you some extra rebounds, particularly when we have kind of a small lineup.
Yeah. Well, it was a great win against Northern. And then tonight, another super win against a very good Mary team here at the Elman Center. Dave, boy, that one was a great basketball game. Probably not for the coach.
No, it's, tonight was in a lot of ways two teams that are very similar. They maybe don't pressure as much as we do, but they'd like to go, they like to shoot a lot of threes, and I thought we did a good job getting up on their threes for the most part. I got a couple post kids that are effective inside, and it was tough for us to handle with some of our lineups, but in contrast or whatever, generally, they tried to guard Alex Feeney with more of a three type of kid, and I thought we did a pretty good job of taking advantage of that matchup.
Yeah, Alex, a tremendous game, 29 points, 8 rebounds. She's from Bismarck. I don't know if that makes any difference, but boy, she had a great game.
Oh, and she, really has struggled. When you go back, each game has gotten a little better against Mary, but I remember her first one. I mean, she was such a basket case, and, I thought she was pretty solid, and of course, made enough baskets because we weren't knocking down threes to get us through tonight.
Yeah, well, there were a lot of contributors for the Vikings: Emily Schulte, Shantiva Ashley, Molly Hayes, Faith Tinklenberg, but off the bench, really a lift from Emily Bowles.
Yeah, and Emily has done this in a couple other games where she's given us some quality minutes. Still needs to kind of maybe slow herself down and understand what might be a good play or a good shot for her, but both her and Andrea Whitney, I think, are going to continue to increase the number of quality minutes they give us, off the bench.
Well, Dave, it's into the fire pit here coming on Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock. The Vikings in second place in the NSIC with 19 wins now overall take on Wayne State, the league leader.
Well, and that's, we had a great game here against them, and it was one of those two where, they isolate their post defensively, and we went to Alex a lot that night, and she had a real big game for them. I think down there we're going to have to hit some threes, and we haven't hit a lot of them here over the last couple weeks. So, I think that's going to be important, but we'll probably do some of the same things. And our defense, I thought the first time around was key, and we'll have to do that again too.
Well, they have an outstanding team. It'll be a great game, fans. So, Dave, good luck to you and the Vikings.
Thanks, Bill.
Up next, Augie Sports Focus. Stay with us.
More people are leaving BMW, Mercedes, and Lexus for Audi than ever before. For exceptional values on the Audi A4, visit your local dealer today.
I was half the person I used to be, literally. I knew that if I didn't have the strength that I'd back in my body, I'd never be able to ride my Harley again, and that was one of my other goals I had, was to be able to get back on the bike. Just being able to get out and experience, the area and the surroundings on the back of a bike is so much different than being in a car. You can smell the smells as you drive through, you can hear the sounds. It's just great. This is my victory.
Cleaning hard water spots takes time and effort. Be sure your water softener is working properly. Your Culligan man can make sure any brand water softener is working by performing a 10-point inspection for only $19.95. That's Culligan. Better water, pure and simple.
Even the highest efficiency dishwasher can't remove spots from your glasses if you have hard water, but a Culligan high efficiency water softener can. The Culligan high efficiency saves you up to 46% in operating costs, and it makes your glasses look 100% beautiful.
When I was young, I loved helping my grandfather with projects. From building a birdhouse to odd jobs around the house, we always got our supplies from Schoenemann's. I remember the smell of the fresh cut lumber and all the bins full of nails, nuts, and bolts. Today, my projects are a bit bigger, and so is Schoenemann's selection. I rely on them for everything I need.
Schoenemann's in Sioux Falls and Harrisburg. Expert advice, everything you need.
You can always do it right with Schoenemann's.
Augie Sports Focus is brought to you by Schoenemann's.
With me now is senior Augustana basketball player Derek DeZao. Derek, great to have you with us here, senior, winding things down. Let's go back and talk first about, after a great high school career in Brandon, why'd you come to Augustana?
I was just Coach Billiter. He was a big part of it. I really liked him. Also the education here. I knew it was going to be top of the line. That really swung me. And it was close to home. I'm 8 miles away. So my family could come to every game they wanted to.
Well, after a redshirt year, Derek's stepped in and played here for the Vikings now for 4 years. And right now we're putting things together. Derek, what do you think about the ball club the rest of the way?
We're starting to turn our defense. That's our key. Our offense has been fine all year long. It's been when we get stops late in games, that's when we win ball games. So yeah, we've been really trying to put stops together at the end of games.
Yeah, and that's really your forte, defense and shot blocking. It must be a thrill to send one out into the crowd someplace, right?
Oh yeah, no, just when the crowd goes wild, I love that.
Yeah. And Derek, being a senior here, he's winding things down educationally. So what's your major and what do you think you might want to do?
I'm sports management and I have a comm minor. So yeah, I'm kind of flirting with maybe business world, maybe sports. I'm kind of just looking at my options. So
yeah. Well, it's been great to have you here, Derek. Just finishing up, your thoughts on being a basketball player and a student at Augustana?
It's, this is my best 5 years of my life easily. I can't say nothing more about it. It's just an awesome place to be. Faculty, coaches, it's just a great place to be.
Yeah, and some great friends too. And a super career here, Derek. A lot of wins for the Vikings with Derek DeZao playing a big part of that. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Joining me now is outstanding Augustana senior basketball player Cody Schilling. Cody, coming to the end of a fantastic career for you here at Augustana. Last home game tonight against University of Mary. We've talked before on the show, but talk about the weekend's games and how you feel about the team right now.
Hopefully we're getting hot at the right time. I think we put together Friday and Saturday probably two of the better games that we've played all season, and we started playing defense. That's been kind of our downfall this year. We've lost close games because we gave up easy shots and easy baskets, and we gave up boards at the end of games. But guys are playing tough, and we got two great 20-point wins, and hopefully next Saturday at Wayne State we can come and get another win, and we're just going to take it game by game.
Right. Well, and you've been a big part of that and stepping up your defense along with other guys. Also, noticeably through the weekend here, really moving the ball, finding the open man, very unselfish play.
No, that's something that Coach Billiter has been talking about. Especially to us three guards, he goes, guys, all you guys in high school, your first couple years of college, he goes, you guys have been great passers, and he goes, we need to get everybody involved, because it's not me and Cam and Dre, us three, we can't win games, we need contributions from everybody. So tonight we got everybody involved, and I think Coach said we had like 19 assists or something, and we only had like 3 turnovers at one point, I know. So we took great care of the ball and we shared it, and when everybody's hitting shots and everybody's fired up, we're a great team.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of basketball left for the Vikings, and we're going to be excited to see Cody play here. I know he's humble about this, hopefully going to become Augustana's all-time leading scorer before this is done, but we'll take it one step at a time. But I guess, Cody, probably what people out there really want to know is, when it's done here at Augustana, and of course you'll have a degree, but I'm sure you want to play some more basketball. What are your thoughts on that?
Right now I'm just so worried about winning games for Augustana, but Coach Billiter has great connections overseas, and we'll see how my body feels, and I love the game, but after hopefully we win a national championship, but after that last game, we're going to see how my body feels, talk to my family, talk to Coach Billiter, and we'll see what happens. If not, I've had a great education at Augustana, start coaching and teaching, which is kind of my dream. Right. So,
but I'm hopefully going to play basketball for another year or two, but we'll see.
Yeah. Well, you have a bright future no matter what. And when he says take care of his body, how many stitches are going in here? I don't know tonight, but he's got to go get stitched up. It's rough out there. Cody, you've been great for Augustana. Thanks for everything.
Appreciate it.
The Augustana Sports Calendar is next. We'll be right back.
They're not that easy to come by. The teachers who engage us. The truly gifted ones. The ones whose words stay with us for days or even years. The odds are you'll only know a few of them. Unless you go to Augustana. Then your chances are greatly improved. Augustana.
Here's to all you crazies. You, the hometown diehards, the fanatics. That's what a fan is after all. You live or die by what happens on the field, on the court, and in your heart every time your team plays. So, let your freak flag fly. We're here for you. Midco Sportsnet. This is how we do sports.
How do you hold a moment? Keep friends and family close. Witness the passage of time. Replay the glory days. Relive magical nights. Create memories to share. How do you capture a lifetime? One picture at a time. Life Touch. Photography for a lifetime.
More people are leaving BMW, Mercedes, and Lexus for Audi than ever before. For exceptional values on the Audi A4, visit your local dealer today.
There's just times that there's a lot of darkness. I would be in church looking at the PowerPoint and just thinking, this could be my funeral, this could be my pictures up there. The day came when I could actually stand in front of our congregational family and I could sing a solo, and that was so huge because I had forgotten how beautiful a song could be in my heart.
My word is celebrate.
The Augustana Sports Calendar is brought to you by Sanford Health.
Let's take a look at the Augustana Sports Calendar for this week. Saturday, February 18th, indoor track competes at the Wayne State Open in Wayne, Nebraska. And women's tennis takes on Southwest Minnesota State in Bismarck, North Dakota. And it's basketball action, big games down at Wayne State. The women tip off at 4, followed by the men at 6. Sunday, February 19th, huge event at the Elman Center. It's the first Augustana Wrestling Open. It's at 9 a.m. with a lot of exciting action. And remember, for radio coverage of Augustana basketball, you can hear the men on KIKN FM 100.5 and worldwide at KIKN.com. And the Augustana ladies can be heard on KXRB AM 1000 and worldwide at KXRB.com. And for complete information on Augustana athletics, go to our website, goaugie.com. That's it for this week's show. This is Bill Gross thanking you for watching, and I hope you'll join me again at this same time next week for another edition of Augustana Sportscene. Have a great week, everybody.
You've been watching Augustana Sportscene, a weekly update on NCAA Division II athletics at South Dakota's largest private college. Learn more about Augustana College in Sioux Falls at augie.edu.